This video is a conceptual framework, not a legal framework. The purpose is to address the slow pace of housing redevelopment in India. It intends to influence policymakers, builders, property owners, tenants, and other stakeholders for generating enough enthusiasm to tackle the problem of urbanization through creative and environmentally friendly solutions. Redevelopment challenges include old, dilapidated or poorly maintained buildings, inadequate infrastructure, congested roads and limited parking. The scarcity of space for the ever-increasing demand for housing is a major issue. No optimum use of land and a lack of amenities.
Displacement of people for redevelopment and finding alternative accommodation for everyone during the process can be challenging. Funding constraints due to uncertainties involved in the redevelopment process are also a concern. Builders may fail to deliver projects on time. The entire process of mobilizing support for redevelopment to getting regulatory approvals can be lengthy, causing project delays.
Collective or en bloc sale is a potential game-changer alternative to the traditional redevelopment that could revolutionize housing redevelopment in India. Collective sale has been practiced successfully for many years in developed countries like Singapore. Collective sale is the sale of an entire property or society by majority consent. Builders buy the entire development in one deal. Typically, buildings above 30 years old are ideal for redevelopment. A typical collective sale process. Collective sale, once approved by members, is by issue of tender in a competitive bidding process. If the sale is not successful, there is a time gap of, say, a minimum of 2 years before they can start another collective sale bidding. The process begins with the formation of a sales committee from members of the society or property owners. The committee will invite marketing consultants for their presentations and proposals. They will also discuss with a few lawyers and recommend the proposed consultant and lawyers to the rest of the owners in the members' extraordinary general meeting. The underlying objective of a collective sale is to maximize value for property owners, which otherwise is not possible if they were to sell individually. Builders get the entire property and are free to develop it as per their specifications and pricing. They can maximize the use of FSI and provide amenities to prospective customers. If the property owners want a new unit in the same development, they have to enter into a separate transaction with the builder, just like any other new customers. For a society or a group of individuals to sell their valuable property, it is important that they engage a team of professionals. These experts include property consultants, lawyers, and valuers. The committee will also recommend a formula for the distribution of sale proceeds among the members based on the size of their unit or share value. Before a tender is issued, the committee will recommend a reserve or minimum price taking into account a recent valuation which is not more than 3 months old. Reserve or minimum price depends on many factors: FSI or plot ratio, development charges, if any, from government authorities, price level of similar old properties sold in the vicinity, potential of the site for new development, commercial, residential, or both, cost of redevelopment, and any major infrastructure project like a metro in the vicinity. Once the consent for the sale is obtained from members by, say, 75%, the marketing consultant will put up the property for sale by issuing a public tender. The sale will be according to local regulations governing such sales. Lawyers will prepare or evaluate tender documents. This process can take a few weeks. An interested developer needs to be found within a specified period of, say, 6 months to 1 year. Otherwise, the entire process of obtaining consent, etc., needs to be repeated after a certain time gap. If there is no interested buyer or no bid, the committee has the option to enter into a private transaction with potential developers, subject to the approval of members. Once the buyer is finalized, lawyers will draft the sale agreement. As soon as the tender is successful and the builder is selected, the builder will pay a token amount of, say, 2% as a non-refundable deposit for the sale to be completed. If there is any default in the completion of the sale, this amount will be distributed among the members. After the sale is finalized, the builder will allow a time of, say, 3 months for property owners to move out and will pay 95% of the amount. The remaining amount is to be paid upon vacating the property. The reason why collective sale is a win-win situation for both members and builders is that members get a premium based on the development potential of the property, which they may not get if they were to sell individually. This premium can be very substantial compared to the individual unit price. The builder gets the entire property in a fully developed area with the potential to launch premium housing and maximize land use. It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for members to get maximum value for their old property and upgrade to a modern lifestyle. This way, we can meet the aspirations of future generations for better housing. For the current generation, this also addresses the dilemma of being asset-rich but cash-poor, as they will be able to unlock the value of their property. Property owners get full value upon handing over possession to the buyer, hence there is no risk compared to traditional redevelopment where the risk of default and delay are inherent. As the selling price includes a premium for the development potential of the property, there is increased interest from cash-rich investors in old properties in anticipation of collective sale gain. There is an overall increase in the valuation of old properties. Collective sale also attracts interest from financially sound big builders, as they can acquire a large piece of land in a fully developed locality.
At a macro level, collective sale can boost the economy, create employment, reduce the number of disputes, and lead to faster renewal and modernization.